Hello, everyone. The book we're going to be talking about today is part of the Summer of Scares. And man, this summer is going to be a great one for horror books. Lots of good stuff coming up. This one is no exception. This is definitely a must-read. And it will frighten you. And that's what you want. We're going to talk about all that in a minute. But first, I want to tell you that my book of short horror stories, it's called The Things That Happen at Night. It's available exclusively at the link in the description below for just $3. I hope you buy it. I hope you enjoy it. Now let's get on with the video. All right. So the book we're going to be talking about today is called Black Mouth by Ronald Malfi. If you've never heard of Ronald Malfi, now's the time to jump aboard that train, let me tell you. He's a very good author. I read his book, Come With Me. He quickly became somebody I wanted to read more of. And he just gets better and better with each of his novels. And this one is definitely no exception. This might even be his most horrific one to date. That's my opinion. I want to thank NetGalley, and I believe it's Titan Publishing, for giving me the ARC of this book. It is coming out on July the 19th, so just a couple more weeks. Be patient. You can get your hands on it, but down below I will put a pre-order link, so you don't even have to worry about it. Click that link, pre-order the book, and on July 19th it'll be delivered right to your grubby little horror eyes. What could be better than that? A little summer satisfaction. This book is inevitably going to get compared to Stephen King's It. I want to say that right away because it does concern a group of 4 kids who have a very horrific, terrifying, life-altering encounter in the woods with this with a person who seems to be just some homeless guy living in the woods. They call him the Magic Man because he wants to teach him magic. He can do tricks. He can do illusions, sleight of hand, card tricks, things of that nature. But he can also do something beyond what would be a normal magic trick, and this is what intrigues these children to keep going to him day after day. And it soon becomes apparent that something is not right. These kids are attracted to them, or these kids are attracted to him because their home lives are a wreck. They get paid no attention there unless it's bad attention. And in school, they are bullied for their various either upbringing or their various physical attributes that they have. But this man doesn't seem to care about any of that. He befriends them, and he's basically grooming them for something. And when we find out exactly what that is, and we realize exactly who this Magic Man is, that's where the real terror begins. And as adults, they come back to the same town, they reconnect, and bodies start showing up. And when they start comparing notes and little things that come out of these incidents, they realize that the evil they faced as youths, as young people, is not over, and now they have to go back into the belly of the beast, so to speak, trying to stop this evil from happening again. But that's where the comparisons to Stephen King's It should end, because this isn't like Pennywise the Clown or anything. But the great thing about Ronald Malfi, and one thing I really love about his books, is the way he writes his characters. He puts so much emphasis on their mental states and their emotional states that it comes to the forefront of the book, and it makes the events that happen far surpass what would just be a standard, normal monster in the woods story, right? Because this event, when they were young people, what happened to them with the Magic Man, has affected them and charted the courses of their lives up to and including when they're adults and meet back again. And it shows how this one incident in your life can actually kind of determine the course your life is going to take for the rest of it, just based on that one event. That's how horrible and terrible this thing actually was. And he's very good at Ronald Malfi is very good at describing the mental state and the emotional states of these people, that you want to see them get relief. You want to see them healed of these inner demons. However, that's not going to happen as long as the perpetrator of this event, is taken care of. And even as adults, they are still basically inside. They're still these scared, helpless, outcast little kids who couldn't figure out what to do back then, and even now as adults really don't know where to start, because we find out that the magic man is not really quite a man at all, and there are things involved that are going to make them think about things like sacrifice, fate, destiny, and a lot of other things that none of them are actually ready for. Even though they've all come out of this in different ways, it's still something that has affected them, is what I'm trying to say. And it makes every page just a little bit more creepier and creepier. On top of that, there's another person involved who's also had an encounter with this magic man when he was a young man, but he took a completely much more demented route, considering himself a true apprentice of the magic man. And the only reason he decides to try to help these 4 individuals is for a reason that's far more sinister than any of them can even imagine. Because he's really a true psychopath. And when you read the sections with this character in it, you know that they're not safe no matter where they are in this world, in this town that they all came back to. Whether the magic man or there is not, they're still not safe, because this psychopath is also on their trail. And it becomes a matter of survival, both spiritually and physically, for these people. But as always, like I said, Ronald Malfi has done a great job building this world and putting together the underlying narrative of things such as physical deformities, physical ailments that might make you the butt of jokes. There are issues of bullying in here. And there's one particular scene at the end. I'm not going to talk about the end, but it is a wild, fantastic event there. Because, it's got to happen. They got to meet this guy again. And but there's one scene, and let's just say it involves dead children kind of coming back to life, and it is maybe one of the creepiest things you read in the horror books this year. I'm telling you, really gave me the chills. And of course, I always appreciate that when an author can do it. But yeah, you definitely have to pick up Black Mouth. It's a page turner. I know that gets said a lot, but it really is, because you just want to find out what's going to happen next. There are enough twists. There are enough turns. There are things talked about in the beginning that don't make sense, but as the story unfolds, you see how truly unsettling those things were when you first read them, and you'll remember them and realize what's going on with the Magic Man. It's not fun and games, I can tell you that much. But this is a fantastic book. And of course, I highly, highly recommend it. It's one that people are going to be talking about when it releases, and you don't want to miss that train. So be sure to click the link below. You can pre-order the book on Amazon, and I really think you should. And also down below, there's a link to my book of short horror stories, The Things That Happen at Night. You can pick it up for $3, and I hope you enjoy it if you do. Links to my Instagram and Twitter are down there if you want to join me. I hope you do that as well. And as always, thank you for taking some of your time, spending it here with me. I really, really appreciate you guys watching. And until we meet again, keep reading spooky, my friends.